Welcome to the very first episode of Roco Voices, a space for real conversations, real stories, and real impact. In this episode, we sit down with industry mogul Hubert Watson, a man whose vision, leadership, and resilience have shaped 4 decades of success. Beyond the titles and achievements, we get to know Hubert, both professionally and personally, exploring the lessons, the challenges, and the moments that defined his incredible 40-year career. This is insight earned through experience. This is wisdom built over time. This is Roco Voices.
We're ready to wrap.
Welcome, Hubert.
Well, Joan, thank you very much.
So I just want to get to know you a little bit, hear from himself, and I'm sure a lot of people know you already. Hubert, you've had an incredible career across the industry. When people ask you about Roco and your position in the company, what do you say and how did you get involved?
I suppose after 40-odd years' experience, I've come to Roco as a mentor or as a guide to the management team to help them. And to be honest, that's been very successful over the 5 years during that time. And the reason I came here and the reason that I'm still here is because the team led by Shane are very passionate about the industry, very open to learn, willing to grow, and a desire to be the best that can be in our industry. And that's what I like to help.
Well, that's a good enough answer for me. Looking back, what moments or decisions most shaped your career in this industry?
Well, now there have been numerous ones of those, Joan, over the last 4-odd decades. But I suppose joining Power Screen in 1982 as a young graduate, just qualified accountant, I was reporting to Shane McKeown, who was, I have to say, has shaped my career in this industry, and probably one of the smartest men I've ever met in my lifetime. And I learned so much from Shane McKeown. And then I went to America for Power Screen in 1984. That's how I got involved in sales, dealing with dealers, collecting money, as you do. And then when we got the money, would you like another machine? And then coming back to Northern Ireland again in 86, and then going with the first acquisition to Universal Conveyors in 1989 in Leicester as managing director. I was only in my early 30s. Then coming back as managing director of Finlay Hydroscreens in 1991. It was another key moment back to Northern Ireland. And then in 95, another acquisition of Pegs and Crushers in England, and there for 3 years. So I spent 17 wonderful years in various power screen companies until they were sold to Terex in 1998.
Well, you've said a lot of big names there. From your perspective, what do you think separates a good company from truly great ones?
I think it's the people. I think any company is largely 2 things, people and product. You have to have the best people and you have to have the best product. And I have to say at Roco, Shane's background and his family background from quarrying, a bit like Stephen Finlay when he worked with his father as a 3 and 4 and 5-year-old in his father's quarries. Shane has followed a similar path with his own father and his uncles in the quarrying industry. And that background is invaluable. So they're taking concepts, not just from purely engineering and design, but from practical operators' history and experiences, and changing that and taking that to market. And that's what Roco's doing. They're taking new product to market that is more compatible, more user-friendly, and more practical than all the PLCs that can be adapted to these machines in recent years.
And I suppose that's my next question was, what mistakes do you see people make early in their careers? And what advice would you give them? I suppose you touched on that a little bit there. But
yeah, well, I think early on people want to rule the world day one, and that's just not possible. I think you have to take it small steps at a time, and that's what Shane and the team have done here at Roco. We only have 3, we're 5 years old, and we have 3 products to market. We don't need 20 products to take to market. We're taking our time. We're very focused on what we're doing, very focused on the contractor segment of the market. And so I think for people, as long as you're focused and don't try to cover the world day one, give yourself time, don't make too many mistakes. We all make mistakes, but let's make too many of them, and give us time to correct our mistakes that we do make.
Giving people the space to learn.
Yes.
From a sales point of view, what qualities do you value most when building or supporting a sales team, or what would you recognise in people?
Relationships is number one. I think in selling, and that's where I spent most of my career, even though coming from a financial background, but I've been doing sales and all that for the last 30 odd years. I think you have to sell yourself first. So therefore you need to develop a relationship with that customer, with that dealer, or whoever that may be. And I think people buy from people. Yes, we can order all these things online and Amazon and all the rest, but in a capital product, which we are doing in our crushing and screening industry, people still buy from people. And I think that relationship is so, so important. And that's the first thing that must be earned, respect.
Right. What attracted you to Roco, and what keeps you motivated to stay involved?
Well, I suppose I had retired probably for the third or fourth time. And I never heard of Roco, never seen Roco, never even heard of Collaville, didn't know where Collaville was. And I'd heard about this Roco 9 18-ton crusher, but I'd never actually seen one. So I phoned and I got in contact with Shane, and he told me where to come to where Collaville was. And there was one here, one at the top of the gate. And we went through this 18-ton crusher and asked various questions where it come from, and it came from the Czech Republic and what it was and pricing and costing and all the rest of the good stuff. And I said, well, if you want to really take a new brand to market, my advice, you're better off starting at a 30-ton crusher than an 18-ton crusher to compete more with the big guys. And Shane actually had 6 of these crushers in his yard. We sold all 6, and we started designing the first 30-ton crusher, which was the Rider, which today we're very pleased to see we have 75 of those units today working across the world. So that was a very big factor to make that bold step 5 years ago.
Very good. When you do look at the team today and the future of Roco, I know we have a few shows coming up, and you'll be attending those.
Yes.
Maybe you want to touch on a few of those, where you'll be for the next few months and the future at Roco, because I'm sure you're a big part of that and you know a lot of what's to come.
Yeah. Well, again, you have to take your product outside Ireland. You know, the Irish market is a small area, small market. And in fact, the Irish market is probably more quarrying-led than even recycling-led. And our products are more targeted that contractor recycling segment. And to truly grow a brand, you have to go globally.
Yeah.
And we are going in 2 weeks' time to Con Expo, which will actually be my 12th Con Expo, believe it or not. And I think in that 12 Con Expos, maybe wearing 8, 9, 10 different shirts in that process. And so we're going to Con Expo in 2 weeks' time. Again, it's been a key market. We're only 18 months into the North American market. Ecoverse has done a fantastic job for us as our master distributor, with 5 or 6 sub-distributors set up already, and very happy with the product and very complementary to the other core products that they represent. And we see the American market as a key growth market for us moving forward over the next 5 years.
Correct. I think that's enough on the business side of things. We want to talk about your real baby, Darlingstown FC.
Yeah.
Your passion, where does it come from for sport, for the club, and what parallels do you see between sport and business success?
Well, I suppose they are similar in a way. They're team efforts. I'm 27 years now with Darlingstown Football Club. I started off first 7 years when I came back from when I finished with Power Screen in 1989 as the manager for the first 7 years of the club. Mm-hmm. Then since then I've been chairman, groundsman, kitman, whatever you want to call it. And again, put the best people on and off the park around us over the years. We have had 6 promotions in that 27 years. In the first 20 years, the club won 1 trophy. In the last 20 years, we've won 16, 17, 18 trophies, 6 divisions higher, pushing for number 7 currently.
Brilliant.
And it's the same with industry. Again, when I left Power Screen in 1999, when it was sold to Terex, I'm not a corporate type person. Yeah. I work best in a family type environment. Power Screen was a family type business. I was actually unemployed for the first time in my life in 1999. After Power Screen, the main board had all disappeared because of Matbro. Nobody would employ me. So I got a call from Stephen Finlay one morning in April of 2000 to come and join him. And he was building a new factory in Ballygawley for the static block plants. We went up to Corridor to look at a static block plant, and we got talking, and I decided I would join Stephen Finlay, and ended up 18 months later, I actually bought his business in December of 2001. It was a big risk, and I remember Yvonne was saying to me, why are you writing a check for a business that's losing money every day, and what's going to happen next week? It'll lose the same money, and the next week, she says, are you mad in the head? I says, well, Power Screen bought loss-making companies, Universal Conveyors, Finlay, Pegson, all of them. I went as managing director, turned all of those around with the team I had. I believed in myself. I set up my own company, then FinTech, in partnership with Sandvik in 2001. The rest is history. We grew that business from 0 to 70 million pounds in over 5 years, and we sold that to Sandvik in 2007. And that Sandvik brand is still there today in Ballygawley, which is a testament to the people and to the product that we had. And I think business and football are very similar. You need the best people, and you need them in the right positions to either play the match or to do the business.
Yeah.
And it's a teamwork and team ethic.
Passion,
and if that passion is there, you will succeed.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, you've had an incredible career. When you think about your legacy, what do you hope people say about working with you? I think that's a deeply personal question.
Well, I would like to think I'm a people's person.
Yeah.
I like to think I've been very honest with people. I'm not the brightest of people. Never have been. I'm totally computer illiterate. I'm not into all of this computer stuff. I'm a very basic guy. I'm a humble guy. I believe in teamwork. I believe in partnership. And if I see somebody has potential and has the desire to succeed, I will help that person freely to make them the best person they can be in whatever field of life. And whether that's a family member or whether that's an employee of Roco, it's all the same. That's what we're here for, to pass it on to the next generation.
100%. And then my last question is, what still excites you about the future, both personally and professionally?
Well, I suppose as the old man, I'm getting to the end of my career here as, say, the 12th Con Expo. This Hillhead will be my 19th. Maybe do one more to that nice round number of 20 to do that. But I'm still as hungry today as I was 40 years ago. I'm still as keen as I was to make this happen. And Roco, being a family type business, excites me because we're all together. We're in the one team. We're driving the bus forward in the same direction. And I think we have a wonderful opportunity with Roco moving forward.
That's a good way to end.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Roco Voices. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Spotify playlist, or simply visit our website, roco9.com. You'll find everything you need to listen in and stay connected.